Yeah. I say, yeah. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Smash the like button, you dig. We are back. Yeah, man. We back up in it, bro. I felt like going live, so we live. Gotta run them numbers up. Surah, my guy. Man, Surah been rocking with me in the channel for years now. Shout out to my brother Surah. Chicago, Garfield Park Boxing. It's twisted. Let's get it. Appreciate you, Surah. My guy, 7'6" Mark. Destroy. Devin Haney, destroy. Shout out to 7'6" Mark. He know the inside joke. You know what I'm talking about. East Oakland. Yee. Yeah, shout out to Deep East. Oh, man, you feel me, baby? We out here, baby. You feel me? Bro, y'all really don't want me to, listen, y'all really don't want me to get real NorCal, real Bay Area-ish on you and start mobbing on the game, you feel me? Bro, y'all don't want me to turn back to the old me. Y'all don't want me to go hype you on here. Yeah, shout out to Deep East. Oh, man. Yee, yiddy. Who else is up in here? Crawford should retire before his old ass. Y'all tripping already. Crawford should retire before his old ass get knocked out by Benavidez or Janabek. Listen. Y'all tripping. Y'all going crazy already. The Mexican monster is next. Crawford is not fighting Benavidez, bro. Let me see this dude. He put a long one, so it's probably some trash talk. Let's see. You didn't want the fight. Oh, my gosh. You didn't want the fight. Canelo is this. Canelo is that. You know what Canelo is not? Terence Bud Crawford. First of all, you're a Bud Buddy, and you can't spell the man's name. So go back to night school. Crawford is a 3-time undisputed. Never said he wasn't. Never ducked, never dirty, always stepped up. So eat your words, buddy. Eat what words, bro? I still don't like the idea of the fight. First of all, let me take you off the screen. You don't deserve no screen time. You don't deserve no more screen time. They always want to come for me. Good luck with that. The reality is, I told you, I did not care about the fight. I didn't like the fight. Made the best man win. I said that. I meant that. I still believe what I said. Listen, he said, eat my words. I ain't eating. I don't take back one thing that I said pre-fight. Not one thing. Everything I said, I meant. I'm not taking back nothing. I'm not eating no words. There's no words for me to eat. You eat. You eat the cake, mate. I don't change what I said. Listen, it was a great performance by Terence Crawford, right? Shout out to him. Legendary performance. I still don't like the fight because now look at it. Bro, y'all, let's really unpack it. You know, everybody want to copy, everyone want to get unpacked now because Boxingego got unpacked. Let's unpack it. This is why I didn't like the fight to begin with. I do not like these monkey fights where people are jumping up in crazy weight classes. Not that I care about the end result of like what happens. It's because you have a fighter in Terence Crawford who either he's been a weight bully for his career and he should have been in these higher weight classes, which kind of Bomac like alluded to, or he should have been he's not a real 168er, right? He looked good at the weight class. He did. But he looked good against a Canelo that I've said this before the fight. If we really see, and I didn't want to have to do this because people, they're saying it's a smear campaign against Crawford. I'm trying to give him all of his props. I'm trying to be transparent with you and give the man his props. I told you I would put my sword down and I would stop the beef with Terence Crawford and the Bud Buddies. But the Bud Buddies, you make it very hard because I'm realistic. I am the god of boxing, the Elohim. What I say is true. I don't have no reason to lie. I like you, but you need to apologize. I am not going to apologize for Charles. Why would I apologize? You apologize. I'm not apologizing for nothing, you foolish infidel. I'm not apologizing, bro. Why would I apologize? Posh, you apologize, ninja's ass kiss. Like, apologize for what? Tell me. And if it makes sense, then I'm still not going to apologize. But tell me, what would I apologize for? I said I didn't care about the fight. I didn't like the fight. I still don't like the fight because of, I'll explain that in a second. So why would I apologize? It's not going to happen. If you are waiting for Boxingego to apologize here, unsubscribe. He says, stop it, you a real clown. I asked you what I should apologize about, and you said, stop it, you a real clown. Block him. And still get Charles out of here. I asked you a direct question, what I should be apologizing about. Your response was, stop it, you a real clown. So who's a real clown? A person that uses their words or a person that hurls insults like a little 2-year-old? I said, what should I apologize for? And you like, man, stop it. Stop what? I ain't apologizing. Come do something about it. Bro, I'm in NorCal right now. Come do something about it. Come make me apologize. We'll see how that play out for you. Gotta go. Yeah, I'm in NorCal right now. Make me apologize. I'm not apologizing. I don't know what y'all thought. Dudes come in here to start ish, LOL, just to get smoked. Man, my shooters handle that. Let's go. Shout out to shooters. Yeah, somebody else who want me to apologize, tell me what I'm apologizing for. Tell me what I should be apologizing for. I ain't apologizing to nothing. I'll apologize if I did something. I didn't do nothing wrong. Y'all need to apologize to me for going against the God, the Elohim. Anyway, the Bud Buddies, y'all make it hard. You ask yourselves on the comment section, listen, I still don't like the fight. It was a great performance. Crawford did his thing. He solidified himself. But here's why I don't like the fight and never liked the fight. Bud set his history. We honor that. Now look at the game. Look at the division. You got, for years, y'all told me that Canelo was the face of boxing. Is that cap or fact? Let's cook. You are my favorite YouTube boxing expert because I'm the best. These other dudes are carbon copies and clones. I'm him. Did y'all tell me that Canelo, baby, you want pay? Y'all said he was the face of boxing for several years. Is that cap or fact? We'll start there. Shout out to 76 Mark. Fact. Y'all said this man was the face of boxing. Fact. Okay. So the man got cooked. He got cooked. Adrian Broner. That's word of Adrian Broner. He got cooked. So the face of boxing got cooked by somebody 3 divisions beneath them. Great personal accolade, milestone, and accomplishment for Terence Crawford. But for the entirety of the sport, it looks horrific. It looks horrific, and it creates a weird ripple in the pond. For example, Crawford said he's the face of boxing now. I'm not so sure about that, despite a great performance. I've already told you, Canelo, Crawford, they were booing you. So majority of the fans were Canelo fans. If it was a mixed bag where you had equal fans and he had equal fans, why were Canelo's boos so prevalent? Right? That's just a fact. So if I'm lying, put next fight for Bud Crawford back in the Allegiant Stadium without Canelo. Like put Bud versus Janabek or whoever in the Allegiant Stadium. Is that a Max chair. Nah. I don't know what that one is. Nah. I'm about to get a new chair soon. But no, it's not that. That's not the brand that I have. Shout out to Kurt, channel member, almost a year. Dana White was watching UFC on his phone during the Canelo fight. Bro, get him out of here too. Bro, I'm telling you. Okay. Y'all said Canelo's the face of boxing. He got cooked. Now what? Now you got the breadwinner of the sport per y'all, and he got cooked by a 37, about to be 38-year-old, smaller guy. Where do you go from there? Because Bud, he proved his point, but now they're trying to set him up or he retires. Let me explain. Now people are calling for Bud to fight Benavidez at 175. Bivol, Beterbiev. To me, I respect Bud. I always have respected his fight game, no matter what. Those are not the same fights in a higher weight class against Beterbiev, Bivol, and Benavidez as what we just seen. And the Bud buddies could, man, you sleeping on Bud's skill. Bud don't even believe that because he just did an interview and he not talking crazy about Benavidez. He like, man, he keep talking about. To be honest, if we're really being fair, Bud is doing the same thing that Canelo did about Benavidez's name. He's saying how big he is and how much he's going to rehydrate. Bro, Benavidez and his style puts, like, I don't want to say fear, but for lack of a better word, it puts, we'll say awareness. Bud, his style, I mean not Bud, Benavidez, his size and his style, it puts an awareness in the fighter's mind where they know that not only is he big, but he's big and good, and that would be a tough fight. Bud literally said on an interview to Stephen A, everything Canelo's been saying. Canelo's like, oh, all he brings is 25 extra pounds and all that. This is why Canelo didn't fight him. So Bud, he's already stamped himself as a Hall of Famer. But this is what people are pushing for Bud to do. Don't try to see, and you got straight idiots in boxing, right? Where they'll blame me because the public is saying that Benavidez and Bud need to get it together. They'll blame me when it was Turkey, Bud's friend, who just fished that line out there talking about, can Benavidez make 168? I didn't say that. I was talking about Bud's win and how good he looked versus Canelo. But Turkey, he's the one that put out there, that filler out there, talking about can Benavidez make. But you guys are bums. You blame me because you a bum and you scared, so you'll blame me for what the public is talking about. All right, shout out to Kurt Hurd. He in the Cash App. Listen, I'm trying to tell you how this game go. We got a $50 Cash App from my boy Kurt Hurd. Listen, shout out to Kurt Hurd for the immense love. I'll read his comment. He sent $50 in the Cash App. He said, this is for the C7 Max Mesh FT chair. Choose your own style. It is so perfect. Okay, so for equipment upgrade, shout out to Kurt Hurd for the $50. Please get the clap emojis up. These people go above and beyond so the channel runs smoothly. I can't stress enough what this type of stuff does. One is motivation as a content creator. because all we do is reinvest back into the channel until we get where we want to be. So, yeah, everything helps to support the channel so I can do more. Like where I'm at right now, I ain't had to work a job like a traditional 9-to-5 job. We have a full online business, right? Full online business. But to get to the next level, some of the creative ideas that I want to do, we're going to have to go into overtime. Your chair is your ride, brother. Yeah, I do this every day, so you're right about that. Shout out to Kurt Hurd. Salute. I do this every day. So shout out to everybody for rocking with me. But yeah, y'all got to show love to the people showing love to the channel. That's the only way this works, because they're going above and beyond. So a lot of you guys don't have to. You dig? Like I'm always going to do my job. I wake up every day, put the work in, put the mileage in. For 18 to 20 years, I've been doing this full time, giving y'all pure content. Y'all got to respect the grind. Anyway, I'm not even saying it from I don't hate. Like people say whatever they want. I don't really care. Ego's a hater. I have no reason to hate. I do well for myself. I'm proud of my journey. I've accomplished stuff that a lot of y'all don't even know about. You know what I mean? Because I don't glorify it, or you don't know my backstory or whatever. So I've already like made it, so to speak. You know what I mean? Just the fact that I got myself out of regular traditional work, I'd rather work for myself, wake up when I want. So I'm already living the dream every day. So I don't really care what people talk about, because majority of the people, they can't say the same, especially in this economy, right? I have no reason to hate on anybody. I'm just telling you my opinions and how it is. So with that being said, now you see why I did not like this fight, because yes, great accomplishment for Bud. It helps his resume, all that. But now look at where the game's at. The face of boxing, people don't even want to see him no more. He went from people's pound for pound list and dropped maybe even off the pound for pound list. People don't want to see his next fight. This was the worst outcome for Canelo Alvarez. And I like it, but then I don't like it. I'm going to explain why. I like it because it should have been happened. When you cherry pick and when you move around, like I'm Canelo Alvarez and I get to pick who I want and blah, 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 it's bad for business, bad for boxing, because you're handpicking all your people. And let's be real. A lot of the Canelo fans are pure, flat out racist. And I'm going to explain why. Not every Canelo fan, but a lot of them. Here's why. The stuff some of these racists blame Floyd Mayweather for, Canelo actually does. And then a black fighter like Floyd didn't actually do it, but they attached that to his name. That's the God honest truth. So they said Floyd waited for people to get old before he fought them. Waited for them. He knew he can beat them, so he picked them. Literally what Canelo does. He fought Triple G from the second fight to the third fight after Triple G was like 40 years old plus, and then he want to fight him for a third fight. That could have been y'all first fight with DAZN. But you waited, hoping you can knock him out because you were aging Triple G out. Cherry picking. Canelo Alvarez, hand selected, hand picked. He was on a British European tour. He was fighting all white boys, new kids on the block. You know what I mean? Donnie Wahlberg, Jordan, whoever, in sync. He was fighting all white fighters for a period of time. Caleb Smith, Caleb Plant, Liam, Billy Joe Saunders, all white. And there's nothing wrong with white fighters, but certain styles have given Canelo complexity, and it wasn't really European styles or Eastern European. Like, that wasn't, unless it was Triple G, that wasn't the guaranteed. Canelo struggles with niggas. Bro, that's what he struggled with. Niggas. Let's just put that out there. You hear me? Guys who are tough, come from inner city, slick, ninjas and Cubans. That consistently. Because the only person that doesn't really fit that is Bivol and Triple G, who also gave him problems. But Triple G a bit different, but he had a great jab and he had a lot of power. Bivol, he kind of fight, a little Nick-ish. Like, He got some with him. Like, he has a well-rounded boxing game. He don't fight like no Ruslan Provodnikov or something. So basically, guys with slickness and guys with some movement and some layers to their game, Lotta, clearly Mayweather, Crawford, Bivol, them the guys that gave him the biggest issue. Triple G and Bivol were Kazakhstan. Bro, ain't Bivol from Russia? Ain't Bivol from Russia? You say he from Kazakhstan? Man, get him, bro. You said Bivol's from Kazakhstan, bro. He Russian. Triple G from Kazakhstan. Anyway, I ain't worried about what he talking about. He don't know what he talking about. But anywho, those are this. But here's the thing: Trout, Lotta, Mayweather, now Crawford. It's still more people that had that type of style that gave Canelo problems than any other region. Period. So, to be honest, shout out to Bud. He did his thing. But the game is like FUBAR now. The game is FUBAR because Bud been fighting one time a year since 2020. So, for 5 years. He just put in a crazy camp, bulked up, did all this extra stuff, beat Canelo. So, he taking the year off, in my honest opinion. Canelo got cooked, so he taking the year off. So Turkey made this fight. It happened. We watched it. To me, they didn't promote it well. Dana White didn't do good for his first thing. He was getting clowned by Sean Zattel and all types of stuff, right? Bud got the belts, but look at where that puts it. Like, is Bud gonna really defend? He ain't defend. Anytime Bud became undisputed, he never defended. That's a pure fact. He beat Ndongo. I was there. And guess what? His next fight, he moved up to 47. He beat Errol for undisputed. Guess what? His next fight was Madrimov, so he moved up. So at 38, which he'll be in a week, at age 38, who honestly believes in a higher division where he really still don't belong, that Bud is going to finally defend his title when he didn't do it in the other two smaller divisions where he's more ready-made for it, right? You understand what I'm saying? So if you didn't defend in the lighter divisions, I don't really see you defending in the higher divisions. Plus, as a fighter, you're kind of inactive. You fight one time a year. Canelo got cooked, so he's done. He already fought Skull and Crawford, so he's not fighting 3 times this year, in my opinion. So look at the game. Now 168 is a dead division. Bud is the consensus best. with all the belts. Now there will be no movement until 2026. And even if there is movement like Diego Pacheco, who cares? Because you can't prove Diego Pacheco can fight Hamza Shiraz, which is a great fight, but it proves nothing because a guy got all the belts. Do you understand? That's why I didn't like this fight. So people like, oh, apologize. I ain't apologizing for nothing. Nothing I said do I take back. Talking about I ain't apologizing for nothing. The 168 is now a dead division until further notice, which means 2026 or beyond. Unless you think that Canelo, I mean, he got cooked, so I don't even care. But I don't believe, in my honest opinion, Canelo or Crawford will come back this year. Frank and Beans. Yeah, Frank and Beans. There's something about Mary. I know my movies. Let's go. So now it's a dead division. Enjoy. Bud is the man. He set history. Now the division is dead. Shout out to Turkey. Good job. And then all for what? A fight that's going to do less viewership than Tank versus Jake Paul, in my honest opinion. Boxingego brightens my day, $2. Let's go. Because I be cooking. I be flipping it, whipping it, hitting it. I be cooking it, chefing it, ripping it. Y'all know me. I really gets down on the video. Let's go. So now the division is trash. Let's just put it that way. Because no matter what, when somebody is undisputed and they're inactive, anything that happens below it does not really, it could be good fights, but it doesn't solidify. You can't beat a man if you ain't beat the man. So now we're just in limbo because of Turkey, Crawford, and Canelo. That's why I didn't like the fight. That's why I don't like those video game fights. Turkey gonna push Dana White to make Poirier and Bud fight before the year over. I wouldn't be mad at that. But Bud did his thing. Give him a big money fight. 160 and up is dead until new come. Man, talk to him, Kurt. Bro, the game is dead right now. This is what y'all wanted. You got it, but now the game dead. Enjoy. Bro, and people talking about apologize. Well, how would I apologize when everything I said came true? Everything. I told you. You don't build a company around older people for a fight that is not colossal. Like, you can do this for Mayweather and Pacquiao because that was a guaranteed sensational blockbuster fight with older fighters. The guys that were whatever age they were. Whatever age, I don't know their exact age at the time, but that's when it works in 2015 because the public demanded that fight. It demanded that fight. So if it ain't that, like Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, where the public needs and wants this fight, and the fighters might be older, or May Pack, you know what I mean? Where the people are demanding it, it doesn't really work out because more often than not, boxing is a young man's game. With the advancements in sports science and the medical field, fighters can kind of extend their career a bit and be fresh in the late 30s to 40s. But for the most part, boxing is a young man's game. Boxing is a young man's game, right? So no matter if Canelo won or Crawford won, if Canelo won, he would go back to cherry picking for sure. He'd be like, oh, I fought this guy. I told you he's not big enough to beat me. And he would have went back to not fighting David Benavidez. We already know. Bud winning may be a little bit different, but it's like, how much weight can we expect Bud to really hold at age 38? Like, it don't, for me, it don't really sound logical for Bud to go to 75 and fight Benavidez. Not that I hate the fight, but Benavidez, Bivol, and Better Biev, those are terrible fights for Bud Crawford. I realize he's a really great fighter, but it's a different proposition than Canelo, the Canelo you just fought. If you can't see that, I probably don't even want to explain it to you. And nothing I'm saying now varies from what I've said before. I told you, after the William Sco fight, I said Canelo looked bad. Everybody in the world said that. So it's not like, oh, people changing it now. I told you Canelo really hadn't looked good. The interesting thing with this fight, the only interesting thing was Bud did it in a freakish way, moving through the weight so crazy in one motion with no tune-ups, and his age, and, you know, got hurt by Gamboa. So the only bit of intrigue, it was never about, is Canelo more skilled than Bud? Nobody that I seen said that Canelo was way more skilled than Bud, right? It was a matter of, can Bud take Canelo's power and punch? He did, and he prevailed, and then his skills took over. But no one I seen really was like Canelo's in prime, waiting, and he more skilled than Bud. Nobody said that. That's why I said I didn't like the fight. I don't think it did wonders for boxing. And nothing I'm saying varies from what I've said before an outcome happened. See, a lot of people wait for an outcome to happen, and then they'll start changing stuff up. I didn't do that. I told you that. That's why I said I don't care about the fight. May the best man win. I'm covering it for the money. I don't care who wins. Good on them, because I knew that no matter who wins, it was kind of going to be in this weird position. And that's exactly where we're at. Now people are like fantasy fights with Bud and Floyd. Like, what? Do you see what hear me out and tell me what I'm saying don't make sense. Now Bud did his thing. Now the only conversations that are really being had are stupid ones. Oh, who would win, Prime Triple G or Crawford? Yeah, no, guys. Hey, Max. Hey, guys, is not guys. Bro, who cares about that? Triple G's not in his prime. He's been retired for several years. This is what boxing is at right now. A fantasy fight between Prime Triple G, which is not current Triple G, and he's semi-retired, and Bud. Another mythical, hypothetical fight between Floyd and Bud. This is why I don't like fights like this. So the people who thought they were going to come and like prove me wrong, you've only proven me right. Look at where the game is at because of this fight. It benefits Bud's personal victory rap sheet. That's about it. September 27th, victory celebration in Omaha. I mean, he deserves it. That's my brother's birthday. Shout out to my bro. But like I said, it displaces the whole game for what? Not a legendary money-making fight, in my opinion. You guys can be, oh, they sold 42 million. Whatever, bro. If you don't know the trickery, I've already expressed the trickery that they're doing. Tickets were on sale the night before the fight, bro. Tickets went from like $12K down to $1,000. So if you don't think they did a little moving and shuffling and moving around to fill that venue up and free 99s and comps and all that, then whatever. And I've already explained to you guys. A lot of you guys don't know boxing. I am the god of boxing talk. The Elohim. When they do the totals, like how many people are in the building, that's exactly what they mean. How many people are in the building? See, y'all don't even know that. When you look at those, when it says like 14,000, 18,000, 42,000, They're counting vendors as well. Y'all don't know this. A lot of y'all don't know this. They're literally counting like a foot count of how many people are in the building, which includes like hot dog vendors, somebody working concessions, and like 5 people selling T-shirts and beers and all that. That's included in that total. It's not like, oh, pure fans and seats. It's like they're counting the building. How many people slanging sausage, Polish sausage, and garlic fries? Like, all that's included, bro. Yeah, 20 janitors. So, yeah, there's that. A lot of people don't know. Also, when it comes to comp tickets, Vegas changed it so they don't have to reveal the real numbers. Like back in the day when I first started, they had a commission report. Vegas now keeps it secret. So unless it leaks, you don't really know the real numbers. You know what they tell you, and that's why they did that, right? And here's the other thing. When you're comping a ticket in Vegas, when you comp a ticket, it counts as the monetary value of the ticket, even though they got it for free. So if Turkey gave me a ticket for free and the face value of the ticket was $10,000, they'll put that towards the live gate total, but I didn't give him $10,000 for my ticket. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's little trickery like that y'all don't know about. There was no pay-per-view. Shout out to Kurt Hurd. Excellent. This being on free TV, this fight doing okay and being actually entertaining, all the exhibition crap, stealing streams, it makes sense to go to this model, views equal your worth, the A side versus B side. Very nice from Kurt. Shout out to you. It's magic, y'all. So, yeah, like, and here's the thing. I went to Mayweather McGregor. That fight had less than 19K people, but I promise you it made more money and made more sense financially than this fight. It's no different than Joshua. Joshua would fight Povetkin and they would Principality Stadium and they would say 77,000 people. Those fights are not doing better financially than Wilder and Fury in Vegas, Mayweather Pacquiao. And those fights didn't have 77,000 people. You have to understand the politics in this game. Right? Like they'll advertise. It's like social media. Nobody puts their L's really. I mean, some people maybe, but most people, oh, I got engaged and the girl would show her finger. Bro, when the girl got burned by that dude because he cheated, she not going to post that. You going to see that they got back together when she went to Planned Parenthood and got cleared up, right? And now they got engaged because he cheated and he trying to make it right. So you're going to see the ring. You're going to see the ultrasound. It's no different. People post their highlight reels. They're not posting that reel. They're not going to post, you know what I mean? Man, we had to comp out 1 million tickets. Yeah, the dude putting hands and feet on her, Ike Turner style. She's not gonna post that though. Most people. She gonna post the ultrasound. Look. She gonna post him on bended knee like Boys to Men, engagement pictures and all that. So you could take my word for it. I don't really care. I'm still gonna get paid, so I don't care who believe me and don't believe me. That's on you. I don't believe you. All right. My paycheck's going to, whether you believe me or not, my paycheck's going to be fat. So I don't really care about it. I think Canelo might be headed towards a downward spiral. Man, he about to start drinking. It's about to get ugly. Boxing is like that, bro. You see Adrian Broner, no disrespect. I'm just being real. Boxers are like child actors. The child actor is the hottest thing in Hollywood at age 8, 9, 12 in The Sandlot. But then when you a grown man, your looks start to change, your voice change. You don't have that like boyish look no more. You got replaced by new kid actors or whatever. Some of them child actors start getting into foul stuff. One dude got charged for murder, unaliving somebody, drugs, like Orlando Brown. You know what I'm saying? People be on the Orlando Brown. Because you go from an immense high in money coming in, you can have girls and cars and blah, 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 to that being taken away because you're not getting roles no more. You know what I mean? So that's a lot. Imagine it's like being the heavyweight champion or world champion, and then now you have everybody making memes about you. Or boxing is cold-blooded like that. I remember Tony Ferguson. I know this is UFC, but Tony Ferguson was like considered a really dangerous guy. But then the back half of his UFC career, he had like 8 losses in a row, and he was a punchline. You see how quick they turn on you? That's why I don't care what people say about me. Like, why would I care about internet people? I have a real life. Why would I care about the opinion of someone on the internet? Say, oh man, I lost respect for you. Good, I want you to. What that do to my life? You know what I mean? You can't worry about stuff like that because a lot of these people, to be honest, to be fair and to be real, people want to see your misery. They want to see you like locked down, and like they would enjoy you being in chaos. That's just the reality of it. So why would I want to care about the opinion of people who want to see me in crisis? They would laugh if all my tires on my whip blew up and I had no money to get tires. They would be happy and poking fun at that. If I lost all the money in my account, they would like that. They would, see, that's what you get. You know what I mean? So I don't care about outside noise. Y'all can if y'all want. But yeah, Bud winning, he cooked Canelo, but it leave the game like with a void because he ain't probably fighting for the rest of the year. Canelo ain't fighting for the rest of the year. And then the belts just languish and nothing happens. And anything that does happen, it don't stamp you as the best fighter in the world in that division because you haven't fought Crawford. And he got all the belts. So kind of an awkward transition right now. Canelo gonna come back like Rocky. All right, bro. He gonna come back like Rocky when he fought Tommy and got beat up. Hey, yo, Tommy, you wanna fight? What do you mean? What do you mean, Tommy? You wanna fight, bro? You cap. You say he coming back like Rocky. Yeah, he gonna come back like Rocky when Tommy whooped his ass in the 5th movie. Hey, yo, Tommy, you want to fight me? What do you mean? And Terence Bud Crawford hit me with a jab. Yeah, I hit me with the left. Hit me with the right. Yeah, he gonna come back punch drunk like Rocky. What you talking about? He gonna come back like Rocky in the 4th one with Drago when the wife said, "You can't win." I gotta do it for Apollo. What do you mean? I fight for Apollo. I should do in the town. You talking about Canelo gonna come back. All right, bro. Yeah, come back. Fight Hamza Shiraz. Shiraz might beat that ad, bro. Bro. Canelo, I think it might be done, bro. It might be done. His style is too simplistic now. I've told you this for years. Everything I said has been accurate. Canelo ducked Benavidez. Check. Canelo's style has been simplified. Check. Right? Canelo used to be in there doing some but knee problems or age or drinking or like golfing and making so much money, whatever age, whatever caused him, he is not the same fighter, bro. Canelo is a lazier version of the Canelo we come to like respect. Bro, I'm trying to tell you how boxing works. Fighters like Canelo are a dime a dozen. They are very good in their heyday, in their prime, but their primes tend not to last when you don't, like, I hate to keep using me, but I'm really him and I have longevity, so I got to speak on what I know. In my position, you do not last on this platform of YouTube for as long as I've done it if you don't reinvent yourself. I've had to reinvent myself several times on this platform, right? Several times. That's why I remain. That's why I've been here. That's why I'm still eating. You have to reinvent yourself. I took the Floyd Mayweather approach, got older over the years, so you got to switch things up. Money May had hand issues. I can't fight Pretty Boy and throw 18 punches maybe now. My hands got issues, so I got to use my brain more. That's what I did. You got to reinvent yourself. Canelo regressed. Canelo that fought Kermit Cintron and all these guys. He was a different fighter. Even the Danny Jacobs fight. Go watch Danny Jacobs and then go watch Canelo versus Crawford. He's regressed. I've been told y'all that. You're taking credit away from Bud. It's what it is, bro. I'm not going to lie for Bud, for you. Bud did his thing. He had certain obstacles he was against. He hurdled them. I've been saying this before the Bud fight was even known about. Old Canelo would have stopped John Ryder, probably would have stopped Berlanga and Munguia. I don't know if he would have stopped William Skull because it's a different style, but I think he would have looked more, it would have been more like the Lotta fight where he had better moments. He arguably lost to William Skull, bro. That's what I'm saying. This is why this was a lose-lose for him. Canelo, I'm happy he lost for this reason. He got greedy. You don't want to get greedy. I call it staying in the casino too long. Canelo got greedy and he stayed in the casino too long. That's what he did. So that's what's supposed to happen. The house always wins. They are going to find a way to get their money back unless you use this. If you stay in the casino too long, it's over. It don't matter how much you're up. If you stay in that casino too long without making adjustments and you playing aggressive like you played before you came up, you're going to lose in the end. Canelo got greedy. The man could have fought. Y'all should have listened to me. I am the best to ever do it. The best in the business, and it's not even close. Canelo didn't fight none of the people over the years I've told you he should have fought. Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, Jamal Charlo at 160, and then Benavidez. Right? Better Biev. Should have did the Bevo rematch by now. Didn't do that. Went on whatever tirade he went on, fighting whoever he wanted. Avoided Benavidez in recent memory. And then he had an opportunity to fight Jake and Paul. At his age, his accomplishment. Bro, America especially, we like winners. That's it. Crawford is a winner. Floyd Mayweather is a winner. Andre Ward is a winner. You could have fought Jake Paul and you had the clout, you had the experience, you had the resume where you could have did a pit stop Jake Paul fight, There's a great chance that you win or don't look worse than you look versus Crawford. And you on the same platform, Netflix, you would have made more money in that fight, I would imagine, than fighting Crawford. And if you beat Jake Paul, the boxing world would thank you. Because a lot of boxing fans don't like Jake Paul. I'm not saying me, I'm saying boxing. He was in negotiations for that with PBC, which they would have promoted it way better than Ring or whatever did. And you could have fought Jake Paul, right? And then you could have went back to regular boxing fights. It just like Tank. People are like, oh man, Tank. Why is he fighting Jake Paul? Bro, he getting a stupid bag. I would fight I'll do the same thing, bro. You're getting so much money, novelty fight, it's a pit stop, and then you can get right. That's where we're at in boxing. These calls don't come all the time. Boxing, you got to look at your career, you got to look at your legacy, you got to look at the money, you got to look at your family. Like where we're at in boxing, they're overpaying for novelty fights because they're guaranteed to generate the impressions and eyes in the piracy age of streaming, right? So that's a sure shot. The networks were like, we like this gamble. We like Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Right? It's the reality of it. Canelo got a great resume. You could have fought Jake Paul. But you got cute thinking that Bud had nothing for you because he was so much smaller and you had been to that territory before. Jose Cito, Shane Mosley, Floyd, and Jermell, and all these other smaller guys, and you beat most of them outside of Floyd. Bud had different plans. So now you look stupid. Canelo's like, I fight real fighters. No YouTubers. No YouTube. No, real fighter. I fight. Okay, you fought a real fighter. You got your ass really whooped. How about that? Bro, Canelo said, I fight real guy. No YouTuber. No YouTube. I fight real fighter. All right, Turkey had you fighting a real fighter, and in both your fights, you look horrible. But you fought a real fighter, though. You fought William Skull and really look horrible. Oh, he ran. How can I catch when he ran? Okay, so you had an excuse for William Skull. He ran. Crawford didn't run like he said he wasn't, and he whooped Joe. We gonna beat Joe down. We gonna beat. Bro, Canelo was right there in front of you and was lacing your boots. So you have back-to-back horrible performances. It's over, bro. So you should have fought a YouTuber. So you look stupid, bro. You should have fought a YouTuber. If this is what you got left in the tank, you should have fought a YouTuber. I fight real fighters. No, these fucking guys. Remember, he was like, these effing guys, these YouTubers. Jake Paul, no YouTuber. Okay, Jake Paul. Now you fought real fighters and you really look terrible in both turkey fights. And here's the thing. What's the difference from Canelo and Wilder two turkey fights? Wilder fought Joseph Parker and lost decision and didn't look amazing. And then he got knocked out by Zhang. Outside of getting knocked out, Canelo, both of his two turkey fights, both of the turkey fights, he looked horrible. But the fans don't want to talk about that. So you did business with the Saudis and took the money route or whatever you thought. Now they got you for 4 fights. You about to fight in the desert, my guy, because you're star power in America. Bro, they going to have you in Saudi. You're going to have to fight in the sandstorm. It's over, Canelo. They going to have you right there in Saudi. Latino night in Saudi. You look bad in both of your fights. No, really. No YouTube. Bro, all right, no YouTube. You could have fought Jake Paul like Boxingego Ben said from day one, and then you could do whatever you want after that. Keep going back to, regular boxing or whatever. Now you done lost all your belts to a much smaller person. It's over, bro. You've been cooked. You could have fought Benavidez, passed the torch. He too selfish. Now you got Cook. Bro, he could have kept it Latino and fought Benavidez, and if he beat you, pass the torch, you lost to a nigga. You lost to a nigga, a smaller one at that. Yeah, so enjoy. Yeah, hit the like or the live stream got to end. Talk to him. Bro, they gonna see. Because we gonna move a tight line. We gonna push a hard line on them, bro. Y'all better start showing the love, or it's gonna be less and less. We'll leave it at that. Canelo, bro, he made all the wrong moves. You done let the Saudis get in your head and like convince you the money route. You would have made great money, bro. You would have made great money fighting Jake Paul, staying with PBC. But you were like, no. That I like it, bro. That's what happened when you don't have no loyalty. When you don't have no like loyalty, you just bounce from a situation. You're bound to, like, for example, the relationships. I've had like where I hit and stuff like that. But I'm talking about people I actually call my girlfriend. These are long relationships. You know what I mean? Like I've been in long like relationships that last for a period of time and then it just don't work for whatever reason, you know, or even jobs. I'm not one of those people that I've had a lot of jobs, but I stayed there for a duration. You know what I mean? Some people bounce from job to job to job to job and they at each job for 3 months. That's not me. This is what Canelo did. You try to bounce around the zone, Eddie Hearn, and then jump to Al Heyman, and then you did a couple fights with him, and then try to run off with Turkey and the side. Enjoy. Floyd Mayweather got with Al Heyman. It was working, and he stuck with it. Grand Regent Thrag. Not going to lie, I'm broke, but I wanted to show love. Man, shout out to my man. It's all good. Even the like, just in the simple like helps the channel. Let's go. Shout out to Grand Regent. Who is this 100 band? Anybody that got the money in their name don't get money. 100 band. But you not going to talk about that, huh? On folks. What are you talking about, cuz? Talk about what? You just came in here popping it and you don't even know what you're talking about. Terence, Victor, Conti, Crawford, what a effing... Oh, you just talking, bro. You just talking. Bro, Canelo, he didn't play his cards right. Why you scared to take about it? This got to be Canelo, bro. That you type like Canelo talk. He said, "Why you scared to take about it? Why this guy, bro? This got to be Canelo on their burner account. I know Canelo just learned English or whatever, bro. That's Canelo. That got to be Canelo. Look, that sound like something Canelo would say. First of all, it's all caps, and he says, "Why you scared to think about it? Think about Crawford. Snack. He on snack, bro." That's Canelo for sure. That's Canelo confirmed, bro. That broken English, that demon time English from Canelo, that's him, bro. Canelo, nice to have. Look, you know damn well what topic of, bro. That's Canelo, bro. And how he's trying to put some slang in there to throw the dogs off the scent. Stop the cap. Hey, guys, stop the cap. You stop it. Stop the cap. Bro, he trying to mix some slang in there so we don't know that it's really Canelo on the burner. It's Canelo on the burner account. Bro, he says, you'll know damn well. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. That's Canelo. You got cooked by Bud, a smaller man, Canelo. It's over. Bud was, bro, that ninth round, Bud was chopping you. Bro, he had you in the Vitamix. He put you in the blender. I know that's you, Canelo. Bro, he put you in the Vitamix blender. It's over. Bro, this man's still talking about Victor Conti. Bro, whoever it was had Canelo in the blender. So there's just whatever. You can attribute it to whatever. Omaha, Victor Conti, whoever you going to attribute it to. Gatorade, Canelo was in the blender, bro. Bro, Canelo's whole gym got people that failed drug tests. We not hearing none of that noise, bro. His whole gym got bro, Canelo, Eddie Reynoso gym like BMF. They all got cases. We're not listening to that. This is what they do. Like Devin Haney has his faults, but people be like, oh, but somebody needs to check Devin Haney. But what about Ryan? He the one that actually popped dirty. Bro, this is where we're at in the game. A nigga don't even have to pop. Do you understand what I'm saying? Nigga don't have to pop at all. And he get accused of all types of stuff. But then you watching people pop and then they get pardoned. They get clemency. How that work? Bro, when a black fighter don't pop, they talk about it more than non-black fighter who actually popped. How does that even make sense? How does that make sense? So you want me or whoever to spend more time talking about black people that haven't popped. Like, I'm not, is a black person incapable of popping? I didn't say that. I said they haven't to this point. As of me recording this live stream, these certain people that you probably want me to talk about, they ain't pop dirty. So I like what, how can I put it? But then when a non-black person actually pop, then they get quiet. Or if we're just going to speculate, people been saying the same thing about Manny Pacquiao. Bro, the man came from sperm weight all the way to like 150s. That would be like Chocolatito fighting Fundora or something. Like, people don't want to talk about that, though. They don't want to talk about Manny Pacquiao in his head size. He got that Barry Bond. I need a new snapback. I need a new hat because my circumference, it grew bigger. Bro, they not talk about Pacquiao then. If we just guessing, I've seen people speculate about Pacquiao. Talk about him. Talk about Pacquiao. If we just gonna point the finger at people who haven't popped, why is it only black people? Why are we only talking about black people with the speculation? But then, what's the name? Alexander Povetkin, they was withholding drug tests that he failed for 5 years and all types of like that. He tried to cheat my boy Wilder. Pacquiao wore a size 9 fitted. Man, come on, bro. Pacquiao, I want to, my, bro. Pacquiao went to Liz and they said he got a size 9 fitted. Man, come on, bro. He had a custom order from Liz. Bro, I'm telling you, these people, they only want to talk about black problems. And not even like known black problems. You want, oh, but what? Talk about Bud. Talk about Bud. I'm going to talk about Bud. I'm going to talk about him in the 9th round, cooking Canelo. I'm going to talk about him in the 11th round. You talk about Bud. Bud's always been strong anyway, for real, for real. The man like was deadlifting. He always been strong. Even when he looked skinnier, he was strong. And you like, talk about Bud. No, I'm going to talk about Pacquiao then. Talk about Canelo who actually popped. It's not about color. It's about who is doing right. But you can't prove nothing you saying. So it's just a bunch of speculation. Okay, present your case. You're insinuating Crawford on something. Okay, prove it. Let's hear it. Let's hear your proof. Oh, I can't prove it. I just know. Oh, I know in my heart of all hearts, I feel this way. Bro, get out of here. Bud didn't pop. Only thing he popped was Canelo's face off. Bro, the oldest trick in the book. Nigga win, he ran. Nigga win, he on drugs. You hear me? If a nigga win, he on drugs or he ran. So if he looked too good and he looked too impressive, he had to be juicing. If he win, but he had to use a lot of skill and movement, then they say he ran. The oldest trick in the book. Is one of the two. If you look too good and like offensive, they say you didn't do it naturally. If you look too good and like hard to hit and reach and pot shotting, then they gonna say you ran. It's one of those for a black fighter or Cuban. Is one of those two. Lotta does good. Oh, he on something. Lotta does good. Oh, he ran marathon. Lotta. Come on, bro. Hey, block this 100 bands. You name calling. Yeah, we got your name calling. Block 100 bands. I'm surprised you made it this far, to be honest. Gotta go. You go put your cap locks in somebody else's stream because you out of here. The only black fighters that get respect from casual are heavyweight. That's not even true. Wilder did wonders for boxing, and they was hating on Wilder the whole time. So no, they don't give no old black fighters. But that's like after they not fighting no more, like Mike Tyson or something. Holyfield. If we had social media when Mike Tyson, they would try to cancel him, all types of stuff. Come on, bro. If Mike Tyson had social media, they would try to protest his fights. Bro, get him out of here. He talking about Bud, snack. Canelo was snacking on them jabs. How about that? Canelo was eating him a snack, them jabs. Bop, bop, bop. The dumbest that Bud made Canelo looked is when he punched his whole head off and his face went like that, and then he tried to act like he rolled it and he went the other way. That looked so stupid, bro. I don't know why Canelo did that, but he had Bud looking God tier. Bro. He had Bud looking God tier. Bro, he looked like he was on like a bungee and he swung into a building into the window. Bro, imagine if somebody bungee jump off of like a building in Dubai, and then they swing out and then bow and then hit the window. That's whatever punch Bud threw. He had Canelo on the window like, and then he went the other way. Bro, when I seen Bud do that, I'm like, he won the fight. When Canelo said, and he did both silhouettes, I'm like, hell nah. Bud won. There's no way Bud didn't win. The man made an imprint of Canelo. That looked too crazy, bro. That's how I knew Bud's skill. Canelo just wasn't messing with it. But bow, he looked frozen in time. You understand me? You hear me? Bro, Bud hit him with the Han Solo. Remember when Han Solo He got frozen into that carbonite on Star Wars. Bro, Bud Punch. Bro, remember when Han Solo got frozen and his face? Look at it. Y'all can see that? He punched Canelo so hard he was frozen in time. Hell nah. It's over, bro. He did the Han Solo imprint. Look, that's exactly how Nelo's face was looking. There go Nello right there. Bro, get him out of here. It's over. You let Bud do too much. The man look like Weekend at Bernie's. Get him out of here, dog. Why he look like that? He look like Saved by the Bell. If the teacher pops the test, no, I'm in a mess. My dog ate up my homework last night. Riding low in my chair. She won't know that I'm there. It's all right, cause I'm saved by the... Bro, the man said... he look like Screech. Bro, rest in peace to Dustin Diamond. If you came up in the same era as me, you'll remember that Saved by the Bell. If teacher pops test, no, I'm in a mess. My dog ate all my homework last night. Riding low in my chair. Remember the Screech was... Bro, he hit him with the Dustin Diamond. Hold on. He hit him with the Screech face. I don't even know how to find it. How do I find the Screech face from Saved by the Bell on Dead Homies, doc? Screech face, Saved by the Bell. Bro, he punched him into Screech. Tell me I'm lying. This nigga Bud hit him into the Screech. It's over. Bud, they should have stopped the fight, threw in the towel. When Bud hit him with that, boo, dude, and Canelo, when he looked all startled like Dustin Diamond, I would have called the fight off. It's over. Bud won Omaha. I would have did the Omaha parade the next day because bro, he pushed your in. Bro, riding low on my chair. Bro, he looked like he had the max. He had the max right now waiting for his cheeseburger. Hey, I don't know how strong Bud is, but that looked too crazy. It's all right, cause I'm saved by the is. Bro, that man had you reassessing some things. Get him out of here, dog. I'm still working. Ego got me rolling in tears. I sent you Andre videos. I like how he's talking. Andre been talking. He been on that. Shout out to come on. Bro, Canelo got to go. You should have fought Benavidez. You had Bud punching on you. Bro, Bud didn't even have a good punchline, and then you let him whoop you. Remember, Bud was like, where I'm from, they say BTA, but I'm the buckle. It hurt more. That wasn't good. The way he delivered it wasn't good, but then he did it, so it don't matter. Now everybody forgot about that. That wasn't a good punchline, bro. I'm the king of punches. You stuttered on the delivery, so you lose a point there. He was like, where I'm from, they say BTK, BTA, but I'm the buckle. It hurt more. And he slammed the mic down. And he leaned back like, yeah, take that in. Let that simmer. That was not that nice. But then he whooped your, so it don't matter. You can say stuff like that. If you gonna whoop on that, you can have the punchline that don't land. Because you got busy when it, see, I told you, I still don't think Bud has a dynamic personality. But if you whoop it, then I mean, you could get away with it. Because other guys like Berlanga, he got charisma, but then he can't beat Canelo, can't beat, you know what I mean? But, he's not going to show his personality, not going to interview a bunch of stuff, not going to have the punchlines, but he punchlines in the fight. So, it is what it is. Canelo next to opponents Marquise Houston and KSI. He for sure fighting Marcus Houston. He fighting Marcus Houston with Joe Buttons. Remember that song? Up in the club. Oh, up in the club. R. Kelly wrote that. Yeah, he fighting that Up in the Club Marcus Houston on Dead Homies. Canelo next fight, he finna fight Marcus Houston and Immature. Immature's back. Immature's back. Do you think we tight? Yeah. Bro, remember when the Immature came back as IMX and they had the basketball? Immature's back. Immature's back. Immature back. Do you think bro, they was coming with it. Shout out to IMX. Shout out to Immature. Bro, he fighting Marcus Houston and Immature. I would never lie, 'cause a friend like you. Bro, he fighting I Will Never Lie, Marcus Houston. He fighting boom doo 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 doo. We got it. Baby, you're on my time, on my time. Just come and feel the flavor, whether it's rain or shine. Rain or shine. Bro, he finna fight Marcus. Thinking of you is all I do. Daydreaming about my boo, about my crazy. I like your silly way. Come on, fool, bro. He said he fighting Marcus Houston. Baby, you want my time. Just come and feel the flavor. There is rain. Turkey gonna fight Canelo and Shiraz. Bro, Canelo need to fight a hungry man dinner and sit down. It's over. He need to just. I don't want to see that, bro. Shiraz. That's not even a big fight. Shiraz a big dude, more in prime. I don't like it. Yeah, y'all got to get the lights up. Shout out to Kamal Oz. But this is crazy. Berlanga in the press conference said he was an effing giraffe. That was kind of funny, though. I give him that. That was funny. That was kind of funny. But the giraffe got with you on the fight night. Yeah, man. Bud did his thing. Very impressive stuff. He had Canelo bewildered. Shiraz versus the great Bud Crawford next. I mean, none of these are big fights, though. Bud just took out the biggest. See, like, Turkey, I'm being real, bro. Turkey matchmaking has no rhyme or reason. I am not a fan of this. Bro, there's no, like, Devin Haney, very first fight should have been Ryan Garcia rematch. You put them in separate bouts and Ryan lose. And then you put Devin with Brian Norman. Bro, if Brian Norman pack up Devin Haney, then the Ryan rematch is like foobar. This is not good stuff, people. Y'all may think it is, but he treating the game like bumper cars. It's not going to work, bro. Canelo's days of holding up 168 are over. Absolutely. It's over. Y'all, I can't wait. I just need the time. You'll see this Turkey matchmaking is getting the guys cooked too quick. They're getting cooked too quick, and it's like, it's not even about like, because some people go, oh, the best versus the best. Stop it. Stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. Stop it. Because for real, if you really cared about the best versus best, it would have been Canelo versus Benavidez. Crawford hadn't proven he the best in a division he had never fought in until he just did it. Right? So the reality is it's not sustainable. I care about sustainability. Like Turkey right now has the budget and the purse to get certain things done, but it's not really working. You put Bud and Crawford in a stadium and you had to pull strings to make it look like a stadium fight. Like give out tickets and stuff. Come on, bro. Then it's really not a stadium fight. Oscars clapback Thursday cook Turkey's matchmaking. I know I made a video about that. Shout out to that. It's not like when you have a product that's undeniable, you don't have to really do extra. Like if I have a video that's bubbling, I literally go to Chipotle or something and just look at it. It coasts. I let the video do what it do. You know what I mean? I don't have to like over promote it. I don't have to be like, oh man, please watch the video. I got videos that just cook. The video's cooking. I don't have to like send it out on Twitter. The people respond to the video. They liked it. I'm going to make a lot of money off it. Done. You don't have to meddle with anything. You put out what's right. The audience reacts. You're good. Oh, speaking of YouTube, some people have had problems receiving notifications for Boxingego videos. That can't be a thing. So I looked into it, and you'll see a ton of videos about this. YouTube changed their algorithm. Pay attention. YouTube changed their algorithm where if you're watching, actually, let me start like this. Tell me how you're watching this right now. Desktop, phone, tablet, or TV. We'll start there, and I'll explain what to do next. Please, this is a public service announcement. You all are in my stream right now. How are you watching it? Is it a mobile phone, a smart TV, or... Dang. Hey, the game has changed because back in the day, it wasn't everybody watching on mobile. All right, so right now, we got one person on desktop and everybody else has been mobile. So in the app, you can do this on desktop too, but more people are in the mobile. In the app, I need you guys to do me a favor, especially if you had trouble seeing my content, because I did some research. You have to go to your profile, like hit your profile. You have a YouTube account, I'm assuming. If you guys are liking my videos, you have a YouTube account, right? You hit the cogwheel, so it looks like a washer. Hit the cogwheel, right? And then from that point, go to general. It should be at the top. They have something that says restricted mode. Make sure that is toggled off. So it has to be grayed out, meaning it's off. Slide that to the left. If you have had problems watching my video and you have restricted mode on, that is likely your problem. Restricted mode will basically almost treat your phone like a little kid, and you won't be able to see videos that whatever the AI algorithm rates as like more mature. Like if the person, like anything, it's going to censor all of YouTube. So if any of you have restricted mode on, you should really turn that off unless you don't want to see from your favorite creators, because it'll filter out all their videos based on the algorithm. I did my research. Once again, iPhone app, cogwheel settings, general, Make sure restricted mode is off. The toggle is off to the left. Some people, their account has glitched, and YouTube was putting that on by default, which it shouldn't be toggled on by default. If it is, then your whole YouTube experience, not just my channel, your whole YouTube channel experience is going to be compromised. So make restricted mode off. I don't know why they got a glitch or something where it was turned on. Levon, what's up? Dana White did not do good in his first boxing. I don't care what y'all talking about. He did not do good. I'm good. Yeah, just double check to make sure that's been done. I do like Fundora Thurman. Difficult fight for Thurman. Fundora looked very good in a rematch with Zoo. I like that fight though. Listen, I don't know if you guys seen. I am getting back to some of the creative ventures and video types that I really like doing, but it requires more time, more editing, more everything. I'm telling you guys, you got to show, like when I put out the like first look videos, the reason why I stopped doing it the first time is because they take longer to produce, and you guys got to like and share if you enjoy it, because a lot of people, they'll say they enjoy it, but then they won't do any of the engagement factors. They just enjoy it, like, oh, that was a good video, and they'll tell me about it on the live. It doesn't help. I'm telling you, right now, YouTube is tripping out with certain channels or whatever. I can't control that. But I'm definitely looking at all of my analytics. I'm giving you guys the fair one. I'm giving y'all the heads up. I am going to be looking very closely and intently at all my analytics. The thumbnails, analytics, how you guys are responding to it, live streams, the likes, the engagement, the specials I do, like first look. If they do not represent the right numbers and metrics that I need them to represent, then there's going to be fewer of them. It's that simple. I am a business. So you guys know what to do. If you like it, if you get any value from my content, you guys know how to support. If you don't, links are in the description. But that's what I'm going to be on, because I can only control what I can control, and I'm going to put out fire content regardless. So you guys determine, because I'm going to start experimenting and bring back some old shows and different. I don't want to say too much because people try to copy me, but you guys have the power to control the segments that come on, because if this work, then we gonna rock with it. If it don't, and y'all not checking for it, or at least that's what the analytics show, then I'm gonna scrap it and I'm gonna work on a different format. So be advised. Yeah, man, Crawford, Canelo, it kind of scrambled the game up, to be honest. Not in a good way. Because now you got two older fighters, and they're going to probably be inactive for the rest of the year. And there's not going to be much traffic or traction in the division. I don't think that's good, but it is what it is. They already did it. It's too late now. I really don't see, like, the growth ain't going to be there. Diego Pacheco and Billy Lester Martinez, None of these fights matter. Like they like WBC ordered Lester Martinez versus Billy. Who cares? It was a good fight, but was that going to be a main event now? They're not big like that. Very good fight, but Bud got all the belts. So if they're not fighting Bud and one's his stablemate, then what's the point? See, people pick and choose. They'll be like, oh, the best versus the best. But then they'll pick and choose. Like, I don't care about the best versus best now. You know, it's just fake. A lot of fakeness in the game. People talk about belts and best versus best and da. But then other times, like now they don't care. Come on, bro. Tank declined signing with him. The Ninja couldn't sleep for days. Oh, wow. Unless it's for the full title, and Billy should tell Mauricio to F off. Yeah, I mean, why? Why go through Lester Martinez again? You retained your titles. I really thought and Billy could have won that fight. You know what I mean? He could have easily won that fight. Yeah, Frank Martin coming back. Good to see. Listen, Tank Davis is that dude because this, like, I've told y'all this. People kept saying, like, oh, Canelo's the face of boxing. Canelo's popular, cool, all that. But Tank Davis is different, bro. Tank Davis, see, Kamal had and Billy winning 7-5. Tank Davis is different. Here's why. Tank can fight you, beat you, or just fight you, and these people that he beat become bigger. Canelo has not done that. Canelo has not beaten somebody, and then those people went on to become bigger names, and people are checking for him now. Like, to be honest, Canelo, to me, he ain't been the wave for a minute. He ain't been the wave like that. Like, face of boxing, making a lot of money, yes, he still was holding the crown in that regard. But he ain't been the wave. Like, what I'm talking, when I say the wave, I'm talking about you got motion and people copy you, people emulate you, people want to move like you, everybody's calling out your name. You got motion, you got you got the wave, you got, like, you affect the culture. Canelo, he ain't really affected the culture. Like, Tank has had so many nights where, like, Sports Center highlight type of nights. Canelo, when's the last time he had a Sports Center highlight night? For knocking down Munguia and Berlanga once? It would probably be like Caleb Plant or something. Billy Joe. I try to tell y'all, and y'all like, man, no ego. No need for a rematch unless it's for the real WBC. Make Turkey's favorite son Shiraz fight Lester Martinez. Yeah, that's definitely a good fight. Yeah, Canelo ain't fought somebody like Tank fought Rolly, and then everybody interviewing Rolly, and Rolly got bigger and got more opportunities. Tank fight Ryan, and then he has Oscar Duarte headliner, and then he fight Devin Haney. Then he the headline of the Fatal Fury. So Ryan been headlining like decently big cards ever since the Tank loss. Frank Martin, people checking, oh, when's Frank Martin coming back? Tank knocked him out though. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, fighting Tank is still Lamont Roach. I mean, come on, bro. We already know what that is. Ain't nobody y'all was calling Lamont Roach a cherry pick, and now everybody love Roach. Now y'all love roaches. Y'all got roaches in your kitchen. roaches all throughout your house now because everybody love roach. But going into the fight, I was literally one of the only people of my stature with a channel this big, right? Saying that this ain't going to be an easy fight. Lamont Roach could really fight. It's not some of the fights y'all thinking he ain't a cherry pick. I said it, not y'all. I said that. Now all of a sudden people like knew Roach was good and all that. Come on, bro. Canelo been overpaid, cherry picking and ducking, paralyzing the division. He ducked Benavidez and Morrell until they left super middleweight. All facts. Yeah, me and Kamal Oz been telling you in the Cinnabons, Canelo ain't been doing right for boxing for a minute. Like, when he fought Triple G3, ain't nobody was asking for that. Nobody was like, oh, I can't wait to see this. So, yeah, I'm glad Bud beat him, to be honest, because at least it's just a breath of fresh air. Bud, you know, he needed certain credibilities and he had a strong performance. I always told you I like a good underdog story anyway. I do. I've always said that. Bud is he's a great underdog story, to be honest. So, yeah. I still don't know though with making the fight. Like I hope boxing calm down with these like non-exhibition real matches with these weight jumps. They're just dumb. They're dumb. Like every single time it happens, we get an outcome, and then it's dry. Like Kell Brook, you jumped all the way to middleweight, fought a guy with like 21 knockouts in a row. You got your eyeball cooked out, your orbital broken and shattered, messed up your career. Your next fight, your other orbital get broke up by arrow. Kell Brook ain't been the same since those two fights. So cool, you did it. It made whatever splash in the UK because that's where the fight happened. Cool. Now what? Amir Khan fought Canelo, got knocked out. Then what? Amir Khan had to go back down to 147. Bud Crawford, he did it. Great, sensational performance. But now what? He's going to be 38 next week. He got a couple choices. He gave himself some breathing room. Retirement, 60, 68 maybe. 75 seems too much for me. You guys can feel whatever you want. But for me, 75 don't seem realistic, bro. Because if you fight 75, you can't fight the top three, bro. The top 3 or 4 guys, it's not going to be good for Bud, in my opinion. And again, if he wants to prove me wrong, he can do that. But when I'm talking about top guys at 75 being different fights, we're talking Beterbiev. I don't see that being a great fight for Bud, bro. If you're hitting Canelo and outboxing him and hitting him all day, and he's throwing one punch at a time, and you don't knock him down, you don't knock him out, you hurt him, but are you really knocking out Beterbiev? Like, honestly. And I'm just being real. Do you think Bud is knocking out Beterbiev at 175 with no rehydration clause? I don't like that. And I'm not saying Bud should fight Beterbiev. I'm just saying it seemed like a bridge too far. Even Bevel don't fight like Canelo. He don't look washed. He just beat Beterbiev, one of the hardest punchers in boxing right now. He's bigger than Crawford. Like it's just these are different fights, bro. And you can say, "Oh, you're taking away credit." I'm not taking away anything. I'm just giving you my opinion. David Morrell, bro. Morrell's big. He's big. It's a different fight. Benavidez. I mean, don't get me started on him. Bud versus Benavidez. You're not fighting Jose Benavidez. If you fight David Benavidez, no rehydration clause at 175, that's stupid tough, bro. Because one of Canelo's biggest problems was his lack of punch output. Benavidez in all of his fights has never lacked volume of punches. And couple that with him 6'3" or whatever. Come on, bro. Plus, he's 2 fights, 3 fights, whatever, deep in the 175, rehydrate, crazy. These aren't good fights. Like, I'm being so real. If Bud fought the Russian, the one that popped, and then still got to fight David Morrell, that would be a super tough fight. Because it's this stocky, compact, brolic Russian who had good punch variety and was very durable. That, you can believe me or not, I don't really care. That fight would be super tough. Katayev, that would be a very tough fight, immensely different from Canelo. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Bud retires on top like Andre Ward. Yeah, Imam Katayev. Bro, he could fight. He could fight. And again, he's younger in his career than Canelo is. That's just reality, bro. Victor, I see you. What's up? So, yeah, I think all the fights at 75 with top guys are too dangerous for Bud. You know, they're just too dangerous. I mean, he's welcome to take them if he wants. I'm just giving you my expert opinion. 68, you already beat the king of the hill that provided you the biggest paycheck. There's no need for a rematch. So it's like, what do you do, bro? You already ruled out going back down to 54. Too much weight to lose after gaining so much weight. Maybe 160, but 160 is like no man's land. There's no big fights for you. You can fight Carlos Adames, Lara, or Janibek. Those are great fights for boxing heads, but they're not popular. You can't put that in a stadium outside of Nebraska. The only place you could put those fights are like Nebraska. You can't really put Janibek and Crawford in Allegiant Stadium. I mean, you could do whatever you want. If Turkey got the money for it, all right, do it. It ain't gonna go well. Kamal Oz. Ew. If Crawford is not gonna defend the belts, I hope he vacates ASAP. Yeah, to not, because Canelo already, his reign of terror lasted too long. Canelo holding the belts hostage lasted too long. So hopefully Bud decides quick, like, or the sanctioning bodies decide for him, we need to answer what you're doing so the division can move on. Like, what Canelo did would be analogous to a person being in a horrific wreck and then the doctors say there's no chance of recovery, and then you just have them in a hospital bed and it's been like 15 years and you have them on life support and they're not coming out the coma. At some point, you got to pull the plug. Canelo refused to pull the plug and allow the person to like officially move on when it was looking bleak. So the division was on life support for all these years, even though the prognosis was not good. Canelo fought Crawford, and Crawford pulled the life support plug out like Bebe's kids. So it's like, boo! And then now we finally have a chance for a refresh in the division. Let me keep going with this super chat. Shout out to Kamal, man. I hope he vacates ASAP. No need to retire the progress at 168. Let in Billy and Iglesias, the Cuban kid. Hey, Iglesias, he's nice. I watched his last couple fights. Others who need the belts fight for validity, compete. See, that's the thing. Guys like Crawford already dummy accomplished in terms of milestones. Canelo, they don't even need belts at this point. That's why, to be honest, what Crawford should do, if you had to ask Boxingego, and me and Crawford have had our own like personal beef and back and forth, I told you I'm going to put my sword down. He's a phenomenal fighter, and I'll bow out of that because I've always liked Crawford. I've always liked how he fought. And, you know, us having an exchange of bad blood or whatever you want to call it, him and his team and all that type of stuff, you know, I carried my side of the grudge. They could do whatever they want. I'm giving him his props. I'm telling you what it is. However, if I had to say, I think Crawford should go for a novelty fight. He got called out by Nate Diaz. He got called out by Ilia Topuria. That's what he should do. You've already accomplished a lot as a boxer in terms of history books and stuff like that. Don't hold the division hostage and get you a big money fight in, like where you can just make money off some novelty stuff. Because you don't really have, everything else is dangerous and like no real reward for Crawford. You're not going to go to 54 and fight Boots. That's done, bro. Why would he do that? Like, and I was one of the main people that wanted to see that fight. Bro, Bud would be a fool to fight Boots at this point unless Boots was coming up to whatever division Crawford said, which is highly unlikely. They got Boots fighting lima beans. He not going to Crawford's division. I would be surprised. I would be very surprised if Boots went from lima beans to fighting at 68 against Bud. If that can happen, then fine, because Boots is a big dude for the division. Should have passed the torch to Benavidez as a goodbye. I told you, this is what happens. This is what happens when you play the game and stay in the casino too long. Canelo, I call it playing God. Certain guys want to, like Canelo, they want to play God and they want to keep testing fate and making the choices they want to make and not listening to the fans and saying, oh, I'm Canelo Alvarez. I do whatever I want. And he got away with it. His fans are fools, a lot of them, so they allowed him to get away with it. But now it's a bridge too far. You met your Huckleberry and Buzz showed you up, and this was the worst person in boxing you could have lost to. Not that Bud is not talented, but because he had so much against him and he looked and performed so well. I told you from the beginning, this was a dumb fight. Canelo is foolish to take the fight. He got greedy. You fought a guy, like, I'm a big dude. So if a kindergartner came up to me and beat the out of me, then you guys would clown me like, dang, Ego got whooped by a kindergartner. If Kimbo Slice knocked me out, then I think I would like to say I have a little bit of grace. Rest in peace to a YouTube legend and fighting legend Kimbo Slice. I would like to feel that people would understand if I got knocked out by Kimbo Slice, right? Damn, that was Kimbo. That Bo knocked Ego out, right? You know what I mean? Like, y'all would be like, oh, okay. But if an 8th grader knocked me out, that's kind of inexcusable. Like, damn, you got slept. Like, it's like when Cat Williams, when he got in a fight at a middle school and the middle school dude himped him up, it was like, and choking him out. Like, bro, what? Bro, ain't no middle school dude finna have me in like Cat Williams. You remember that video where the dude, it was like a 6th grader and he had Cat Williams like himped up. I mean, y'all can run up if y'all want. Bro, ain't no 6th grader doing that to me, bro. You gonna get hip tossed and got bad. Like, bro, like, it ain't gonna happen, bro. Yeah, like Miss Parker's husband from Friday whooped me. It ain't gonna happen, bro. Yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood gonna whoop me. Like, all right, bro. I want me shillings. There once was a man from Madras. His balls were made of fine brass. In stormy weather, they clanged together, and sparks flew out of his ass. Bro, Leprechaun in the Hood is not finna get with me. I promise you. Warwick Davis, he not finna get, and want me shillings. Bro, I kicked the out of Lep in the Hood. Bro, he not finna vote with me, bro. I would not allow that. Like, he come up to my kneecap, bro. I'm not, it ain't no way, bro. Unless you hit me with Tanya Harding, bow, it's like Nancy Kerrigan, bro, it's not happening, bro. I put that on dead homies, bro. Leprechaun in the hood not getting with me. So Canelo lost to the worst person because anytime we see that crazy underdog story and then the underdog win, you cooked. That didn't even happen in the Rocky movie. Apollo still won. He just kept getting back up. But if Apollo was this massive underdog and he started whooping while Rocky started whooping him, like, huh? Would you compare Virgil Ortiz to Juan Manuel Marquez? Absolutely not. I don't understand that one bit. What is the comparison other than Hispanic? I've never thought that. They don't really fight alike to me. I don't know where that came from, bro. Virgil Ortiz and Marquez. Marquez is an elite counterpuncher. Virgil Ortiz more like aggressive, come forward, kind of big. Marquez was not like big. He's not bigger than a lot of his opponents. I don't know where you got that, bro. Yeah, if I'm Bud, I'm doing a novelty fight. Fight one of these UFC guys in boxing. Yeah, give me a novelty. Yeah, give me some novelty. I'm not even gonna repeat what Kamal said. So yeah, man. Crawford whooping butt like that. Canelo just looked too crazy, bro. He looked like he wanted to quit in the latter rounds. Canelo looked like he for sure wanted to quit. Bud said, bow, bow. And then Canelo said, bro, Bud hit him with a two-piece and a jab and caught him. And Canelo looked like the Mexican Red from Friday. And he got the red hair. Bud popped him with that jab. Bop, step with it. Bop, popped him. Canelo like, man, my grandmama gave me that chain. And he had his hands low. Bro, Canelo Red looked like Red from Friday when he got popped. Man, my grandmama gave me that chain. Man, I'ma just tuck mine in. Man, Pops want me to ask for the bike back. You know I normally wouldn't trip, but what bike? Oh, that bike. Yeah, I didn't know you wanted back. Right this way, homie. Boy! Hey, Kamal, stop blocking people's comments. What's your favorite TV show? I don't watch TV now. Old shows, Seinfeld, Martin. I got a lot, bro. Martin is up there though. I used to watch all that. Wayans Brothers, Jamie Foxx, In Living Color. You know what I mean? Seinfeld. The only show I hated, I never even gave it a chance, was that MASH. Bro, when I was a kid and that MASH would come on with them helicopters, I get sleepy. I gotta leave, bro. Bro, I never even watched it. That intro was enough. I hated MASH. I never even watched it, but I hated it still. Bro, you know, you be watching, enjoying TV and that MASH intro come on. You're like, man, I gotta go to bed. That's how you know it's bad when a kid want to go to bed. Hey, Carlos out here tripping. Sorry I'm lying to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Carlos out here tripping, though. He says, sorry I'm lying to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. I'm sorry I'm lying to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. That was funny. Hey, he's a GOAT, bro. That kid said, sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just want to go to Arizona. I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Facts. Mash hella board. Family Matters. That was like a goated family type show. A Fresh Prince. Yeah, there's a lot of good shows. Hey, you know what show used to scare me? That Unsolved Mysteries. Why would they make a show where like nothing gets resolved? Bro, they had a show where every episode there's like no resolution. That's crazy. And Robert Stack would be coming out every episode. There was mad fog, and he would just come out the fog. What happened to Judy cannot be explained. But bro, that used to be low key kind of scary. The man would come out of pure fog for no reason. I'm Robert Stack. On that fateful August night. Nah, man, hell nah. Like, you ain't gonna tell us the outcome. Like, bro, they had no chill on Unsolved. They had babies getting kidnapped, no resolution. Like, why'd you tell me this, bro? But Little Tiptoe was never seen again on Unsolved Mysteries. Like, bro, why you tell me about this kid got abducted? Like, bro, I didn't know who took it. Was it some aliens? Was it a person? Bro, they just left you on the edge. Bro, I ain't gonna front. I watched Unsolved Mysteries. They had an episode with spontaneous human combustion. They said the dude was just chilling at the crib and just blew up. Hell nah. Bro, can you imagine if you just bro, hold on. My mind is too crazy. Can you just be can you imagine being at the crib, minding your business, like, let me get some crab mac and cheese, and you just blow. You just get blown to smithereens out of nowhere. Man, hell nah. Bro, he got vaporized like doing nothing. Like that, like just the concept of that sound crazy to me. Like like I'm on this stream and I'm like, what up, fight world? Bow! And I just blow up and just turn into disintegrate the vapors. Like, y'all would be like, what the hell? Is ego good? Y'all would be like, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3. He ain't gonna be doing no unpacks. Bro, if I just blew up. Hey, they gotta chill with that. They gotta chill with that spontaneous human combustion. That's too crazy, bro. You just gonna blow up like out of nowhere, just bow. Like, bro, was he a vampire? The sunlight, like, what happened? I told you I'm Blade. Frost! Daywalker. Bro, y'all be scared. Y'all be shook if I just blew up. Blew up like Cub from The Last Dragon. I mean, from Big Trouble in Little China. Bro, remember when his master, when Lopan died? And he said, oh! And he made himself blow up? Hell nah. That is one of the greatest scenes in cinematic history. Bro, the man took himself out by exploding. That was too crazy. And the man had steam coming in. Ah! And his shoes and his belt buckle popped. Bro, that was too crazy. John Carpenter, something wrong with him, because that was too crazy. That Big Trouble in Little China was too crazy. Bro, he really exploded. Bro, y'all thought I was lying. Bro, ain't no way. Bro, he looked like a flat tire. Why that steam coming? He looked like a garbage pail kid that got put in a microwave. Bro, this is one of the craziest scenes ever. Look how big he got. He turned into the Blob. Oh! Hey, the 80s and 90s gotta chill. There ain't no way, bro. Bro, ain't no way the 80s was just getting away with anything like this. Bro, look at him. I don't have a good temper, but I ain't been that mad. Ain't no way. I've never been this mad where I'm. Oh! Bro, he was tight. His bastard got killed. The 80s and 90s, they got like y'all. They're never gonna be able to duplicate those 2 decades, bro. Ain't no way. Cause every movie was out of pocket like that. Like Total Recall. Arnold was on Mars and he fell and tumbled and his helmet came and his eyes blew out. Like, come on, bro. They was tripping. The level of creativity and like experimentation that was going on. Bro, they had Arnold's eyes bugging out in Total Recall. In that dream sequence. Bro, they had Quado coming out the man chest. Get to the reactor. Open your mind. Quantum Leap. Are You Afraid of the Dark? X-File. Man, Are You Afraid of the Dark was hard too. On Nickelodeon. Bro, simple shows from the 80s and 90s would be canceled. Because they was too out of pocket. Like, look, Kamal said Quantum Leap. Watch. Bro, he said, bro, why did they put that on there? He said, I'm retarded. Bro, the man, Scott Bakula, said, I'm retarded? Do. And they showed him in the mirror and he had Down syndrome. Man, hell, bro, they would be canceled. You can't do that on TV now, bro. Why did he do that? Why did he morph him into a down body or whatever? He said, I'm retarded. Do. And he looked in the mirror. Bro, ain't no way. That show would be canceled. There's no way you could air that, bro. That was out of pocket. They didn't need to do it. Hey, Scott Bakula, you wrong for that, for agreeing to that script. He had that little t-shirt on. Bro, he got a Rocky and Bullwinkle shirt. Hold on. I'm retarded. The reveal is out of pocket. When they show him in that mirror, hell nah. Bro, bro, TV, that was a TV show. That wasn't like HBO, like premium cable. That was on regular TV, bro. And they didn't need to show that. He in the mirror. So that means they really had to get an actor. That wasn't CGI. They didn't have all that, bro. They got an actor with a disability and just really put him in there for that. And he said, are they? Wow. Nah, bro. 80s and 90s is too wild. In the Dark 2022? What is that? In the Dark? Earth Rhino Conflict? What is your goated 80s or 90s movies? Let's hear them. 80s, 90s movies, what's goated to you? It came out in the 80s or 90s, a movie that's goated. I want to hear from y'all. Name an 80s or 90s. Conan? I mean, Arnold was on top. He was on top of the game. Commando. Please do not disturb my friend. He's dead tired. The Wood? Hell, The Wood didn't come out in no 80s or 90s. Ain't no way, bro. Well, actually, it might have been late 90s. Maybe. Goonies, Child's Play, Rocky, Boys in the Hood. Okay. Terminator, Pulp Fiction. All right, y'all naming some classics. Y'all naming some Reba, the TV show? Man, what? That man said Reba out of nowhere. Sub Ego, I would say Howard the Duck. I used to like Howard the Duck. Shout out to you for that. Blood In, Blood Out. Miklo. That's a classic. Oh man, y'all bringing back memories. Little Rascals, classic. Eddie and Martin in Life. Boomerang is underrated too. I love Boomerang. Coming to America, Harlem Nights is also one. Mayweather, Madonna. That definitely was in 80s, 90s. Xena, Warrior Princess, Little Giants. He had the old Denzel, Mississippi Masala. Bloodsport, Van Damme, facts. Devil in the he naming the Denzel hookups. Denzel got bangers. Problem Child. I like Problem Child 1 and 2. Harlem Nights, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor. Facts. Yeah, that's that one. Tombstone. Ooh, The Lost Boys. I love The Lost Boys. That's in my top 5 vampire movies for sure. Listen, my top 5 vampire movies. Ooh. No order, but top 5. Lost Boys, From Dusk Till Dawn, Interview with the Vampire, Blade. Oh. What other vampire movies? Fright Night. Probably Fright Night. The original. I love Fright Night. You're so cool, Brewster. Oh, Bram Stoker's Dracula. My boy Gary Oldman. Welcome to Transylvania. Yeah. Oh, I got to put Bram Stoker's up there. I like Sinners a lot too. Fright Night is for sure a classic. The remake wasn't bad, but I give it up to the original. Stand By Me and Hardball, Cujo, Schindler's List. I just watched Schindler's List not that long ago. Oh, Vampire in Brooklyn. I love that. All right, top 5 horror movies. The man said Mannequin. I used to see that on USA all the time. Top 5 horror movies. Any monster. Top 5 horror movies. Rush Hour 1, Bad Boys 1, Goated. I Love Fear with Mark Wahlberg, Carrie. What's your top 5 horror movies? Any monster, anything. Exorcist, that's a classic. No, any era. Silence of the Lambs, Return of the Living Dead. Show Michael Jackson as a zombie. I don't know. I don't remember that. Pet Cemetery, Aliens, Friday 13th, Insidious, Demolition Man's a classic. Sinister, Autopsy of Jane Doe. Man, I might have to start a movie channel. I didn't know y'all movie buffs. Should I start a movie channel? Y'all let me know. Should I start a movie channel? We really get active. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg, Reese Witherspoon, Fear. The Mist, that's old school. Prometheus was excellent. Should I start a movie channel, bro? Y'all know I got movies, music, pop culture all day. I love movies. Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The Dream Warriors with Lawrence Fishburne. See, I know my movies. Hey, they don't make horror movies as good as the old horror movies. Listen, I promise you. The old horror movies are way better. I ain't gonna front. Movies and music channel. Yeah, I might have to do that. I didn't know we had so many movie fans. Skeleton Key. I just watched that recently. Alien Covenant. Hey, Kamal, you see the Aliens TV show? The Alien Earth? 13 Ghosts. Ooh, I haven't seen that in a long time. I'm screenshotting what y'all post because I was born in 98, so I missed a bunch of the best stuff. Man, that's how you have to do it, bro. You can start a movie channel, but we love your boxing expertise, best in the business. Facts. I appreciate you. The Thing is classic. I love Kurt Russell. Candyman, classic. Tales from the Crypt. Jason. Friday the 13th, the third one. Chucky 2, Chucky 1. The Wishmaster. Dang, y'all name it hits. Yeah, I got to catch up. I missed the last couple episodes, 2 episodes of Alien Earth, but I'll get there. Tales from the Dark Side. Ugh. Kamal know them slappers. All right, we're going to do one more and I'm going to get out of here. Top 5 hood movies. I want to hear your top 5. Smoking on top 5. Smoking on that. Top 5 hood movies. Good old-fashioned hood movies. Top 5. Lego. So you got to put Boys in the Hood. You got to put Menace to Society. I feel like those are just 2 classic. Juice. Ooh, I got to put Juice in there. Dang, I'm already running out. Poetic Justice. Belly. Ooh. The Wood. I got to put Menace in there. Why y'all about my type? New Jack City. Shout out to Sarah. New Jack City. Wesley was too raw in there, bro. You got to put Wesley up in there. New Jack City's too classic, bro. I used to be Pookie. Man, how the hell used to be Pookie? Blue Hill Ave. Straight Outta Compton. Shotas. Ooh, Shotas is a good one. Gridlock. And my brother's keeper. Yes. The man said Blackula. He took it back. Okay. Set It Off. Menace. Boys. Juice. New Jack. Carlito's Way. Scarface. Excellent. Excellent. Denzel Washington and Fallen is a good thriller movie. Man, facts. I remember that one. Ooh, Above the Rim. I'm surprised nobody said Above the Rim. My boy Pac said, with that razor, he said, funny what you do pick up. Came out with that razor. Training Day. Don't Be a Menace. I'm about to go watch a movie. Y'all get me my movie bag. Y'all name it all hitters. Can you really call Above the Rim a good movie? I liked it. Above the Rim. Fruitville Station. Into Deep. Yeah, I like Into Deep. You know it's another good one? Deep Cover with Lawrence Fishburne, Jeff Goldblum. Y'all got to get on that Deep Cover. Deep Cover is nice. King of New York and Deep Cover. I ain't seen nobody say those. King of New York, Deep Cover. Watch them. My boy Christopher Walken in King of New York, Frank White. He's like, you guys never came to see me in prison. My boy Lawrence Fishburne said, who wanted to see you in a cage, man? Nothing goes down unless I'm involved. Bro, my boy Walken was up in there. Baby Boy, Tales from the Bronx. Tales from the Bronx. Oh, you mean A Bronx Tale? Okay. Robert De Niro. That's called Bronx Tale. White Men Can't Jump is classic. Clockers. I gotta watch Clockers again. I ain't seen that when he was drinking them Yoo-Hoos. I ain't seen that in a long time. Bronx Tales go to New York Undercover. That was a beast. Y'all naming good ones. Juice, Tales from the Hood, Blue Hill Ave, Sunset Park, He Got Game. Oh, I know which one y'all missing. Jason's Lyric. That's my movie. Don't make me do this, Jay. Well, hold on. Y'all said New Jack and Blue Hill Ave with Alan Payne, but y'all not giving credit to my boy Alan Payne and Jason's Lyric. Bro, he pointed the gun at the ceiling. He had it behind his back, and Bokeem was like, man, I'm going to kill her, blah, blah, blah. He said, don't make me do this, Jay. And he had that gun pointed so crazy, like he trying to shoot the ceiling fan. Oh, my God. Jason Lyric and that Jada Pinkett was so fine in that. Bro, he was smashing every 5 minutes. Ain't no way. Bro, he was smashing every opportunity. He was smashing on the refrigerator, out on the flower. Bro, he was smashing wherever he could. Hey, shout out to Jada Pinkett, bro. She looked so fun in that. Remember Tretch? Ninja, get your hands off my domino table. Remember, he's like, man, y'all need me. Need you? I don't need you. Tretch was tripping. Casino? Ugh. Bro, they tore Pesci up with them bats. Yeah, shout out to that. Baby Boy, Into Deep. Low Down Dirty Shame, classic. Set It Off. The Wire. Oh, Paid in Full? Y'all say Paid in Full? Paid in Full is dope too. Hey, y'all seen White Boy Rick? I ain't seen that. I never watched that. Is that a good one? White Boy Rick? Anybody seen White Boy Rick? All About the Benjamins, Friday, you know. It's good? All right, I got to watch that one. You know what else is a good movie? Sicario. I mess with Sicario. Shout out to Sicario. My boy Benicio del Toro. Sicario. The man says strapped with Bokeem. Clockers, The Show, and The Last Dragon. The Wash is good. The man says strapped. Respect. Bro, I know my movie so well. No one said booty call with Vivica Fox. She was so fine. You ain't never lied, Kamal. He was on the bubble wrap. Street Kings with Keanu. I just watched that. You know what I'm surprised nobody said? Caught Up. Bokeem had one with Caught Up. That girl was so fine in there. That light-skinned girl in Caught Up. She had them hoots. Man, come on, bro. Yeah, my boy Bokeem and Caught Up. I'm about to watch that. That was a good one. All of a sudden, I'm being chased and shot at every time I turn around. Bro, come on. Bokeem wasn't active in that. That man, I want my diamonds. Man, y'all don't know about Caught Up. Come on, bro. Never Die Alone. I don't remember liking that. I seen that, but I love DMX, but I don't remember liking that. Meteor Man, classic. Dude, I was thinking about Caught Up. Cindy Williams was her name. Man, she fine. I like her. Man Apart. That's one of Vin Diesel's best movies. Coach Carter, Life, Lean on Me, Gridiron Gang. I remember the movie 187. Yeah, 187, Dangerous Minds, and The Substitute. Those are all good, like school related. Coach Carter's another one. Street Kings with Keanu Reeves was excellent. I like that. They lit Terry Crews up in that Street Kings. 8 Mile was dope. The 50 Cent one wasn't as dope. I like 8 Mile more. David Lynch, Dead Men Don't Talk. Somebody did say The Wire. The Wire is dope. I didn't like Tyrese and Waist Deep with The Game. That was like Higher Learning. That's my movie. I like Higher Learning. Y'all naming some hitters. I'm impressed. Y'all out here naming classics. Samuel L. and 187. In Too Deep. You know what's crazy? None of these movies are recent. I can't think of the last hood movie that I watched that I loved recent. I like Takers with Chris Brown. Cooley High's classic. But none of these, name a hood movie that's recent that was great. The man said Lender 6. He talking about Bill Cosby or something. Underrated and underappreciated at close range. That's the Sean Penn. Is that Sean Penn one at close range? Kamal on his movies. If he know, I gotta watch the Spider-Man Across the Universe. I only like shows like Power and BMF. I'm the opposite. I like more I like movies more than shows. Superfly remake was okay. You know what was kind of good? The kid from Coach Carter, the Puerto Rican one, he had one called Illegal Tender. I don't know if it held up, but I remember seeing it. I'm like, that wasn't that bad. Illegal Tender. Remember that movie with the Rican? Yeah, Quentin Tarantino got slappers for sure. Yeah, Christopher Walken, Sean Penn, facts. Gone in 60 Seconds. I ain't seen that. Christopher Walken, a beast though. Yeah, Illegal Tender. I remember that being a slept on one. I ain't going front. I just watched Speed with Keanu Reeves. I always love that movie. That's a good it's like a good throwback like in your face action movie. I watched Point Break and I watched Speed. Point Break's my. Mm. He's like, we'll get him when he comes back. He's not coming back. Cha. Passenger 57, goated. I like Drop Zone, Passenger. I like all Wesley movies. Money Train, Drop Zone, White Men Can't Jump, Passenger 57, Blade, of course. Bro, I'm all about King of New York Wesley got he got a catalog. I didn't watch Alto Nights yet. I gotta put that on. I have it on the queue, but I ain't watched it. Where he played the two roles. I ain't watched that one yet. I know my gangster movies though. Casino, Carlito's Way, Scarface, Goodfellas, Bronx Tale, Godfather 1 and 2 only. The Untouchables. Man, The Untouchables is one of the goated like gangster movies. Robert De Niro, Kevin Costner, Sean Connery. Heat. Heat's my I like Den of Thieves too. The first one, Den of Thieves was dope. That man said chain reaction with Keanu. Facts. Freeway. Is that the one with Reese Witherspoon and Kiefer Sutherland? That was raw. I seen that. South Central. Oh, American Gangster. Man, stop. When Denzel slammed him in the piano, that was fire. What is the movie Denzel selling dope? That's American Gangster. Somebody right before you just said it. Freeway was a classic. A lot of people don't know about that one though. It's like a modern day Little Red Riding Hood. Blow with Johnny Depp, Clapper. You know what else is a good one with Johnny? Christian Bale and Johnny Depp. It's called Public Enemies. Watch that. Public Enemies is nice. Yeah, I like good movies like The Revenant. I just watched that recently again. Y'all got to give my boy Leo DiCaprio some real credit, bro. The Revenant is raw. The Revenant was dope. John Wick, American Me, Deep Blue Sea, Face Off. I did watch They Clone Tyrone with Jamie Foxx. That was good. The Departed, all-time classic, Green Mile. Hey, I'm impressed. Y'all got the movies down. Y'all seem like y'all like similar stuff. Django. What I didn't watch was that new Ice Cube War of the Worlds. I ain't watching that, bro. That looked too crazy. It was you? The whole time it was you? Bro, I can't. That looked too cheap. It looked, bro, he was on a Zoom call saving the planet. I'm not watching that, bro. I can't watch that, bro. The man had Ice Cube, Fight Night, Leaving Las Vegas, Hannibal, NBC series, classic. Bro, I can't watch that. The War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise is the Spielberg one. That one's raw. Fight Night with Kevin Hart, I ain't watched it, but I heard it's good. I'm not watching that Ice Cube one. It was you. The whole time it was you. Nah, bro. The Tom, if you want War of the Worlds, watch the Tom Cruise one. That was fire. Ice Cube, he always act like that. Like in Anaconda. You mean to tell me there's snakes out there this big? Bro, they got a random hood South Central dude on a boat trying to catch the snake, and he talking like that. You mean to tell me there's snakes out there this big? They got snakes out here? Bro, get him off the boat. Bro, if you was in the Amazon and there was like a 30-foot anaconda, you do not want Q talking like that in the boat helping you hunt. You mean to tell me they got snakes? We in a rainforest? They got the snakes out here? Bro, you could take the ninja out of LA. You can't take the LA out the ninja. That sounded crazy. Bro, it like you would feel good if you got on like Spirit Airlines and then the pilot came out sound like that, like Ice Cube. You would feel good. Like, bro, if you got and sat, he was like, "You mean to tell me they got people without no seat belt? They ain't got no They ain't got no seat belt. We about to take off." And then you would be good. You would be good with the pilot barking at you like with that hardcore LA accent. Mean to tell me I'm about to take off? We ain't got nobody. Yay, yay. We ain't got nobody with seat belts. Ain't nobody got a seat. Ain't nobody getting snacks. What y'all rationing? Nah, bro. Nah, Ricochet. I just watched that. Shout out to Denzel. He was like, yeah, I'm putting the gun down. Nice and easy. Now, the only weapon I got is useless unless you're a pretty girl. Yeah. Bro, Denzel was in shape and he was a beast in Ricochet. Come on, bro. The man shot him from behind the back like... Hold on. Denzel was such a beast. He shot the man accurately from behind the back. Yeah, I'm putting a gun down. Nice and easy. Yeah. Now the only weapon I got is useless unless you're a pretty girl. Bro, and he said, and really clapped him. Man, Denzel is a legend. Bro, Denzel could have just did Ricochet and then retired. He a legend, bro. That just because you did all that, bro. Odessa! Bro, that man yelled for Ice-T. He could have retired after that. Odessa! Yeah, I think you got the point now, Blake. He could have retired after Ricochet. He would have been a GOAT to me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, bro. Denzel was too beastie. Bro, they gave my boy Denzel an STD, and he was still running down the street. Nah, it's over. Bro, he running down the street with STDs. He could have retired. He was striking, too. Virtuosity. Oh, that Russell Crowe and Denzel. That was good. I like that, too. Blow, Johnny Depp. Boston George, that's a classic. My man said lottery ticket with Lil Bow Wow. That's funny. I like roll bounce better than lottery ticket though. Anyway, that's my time, people. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Yeah, at the end of it, we kind of tailed off on some movies, but yeah, you should have got your movie fix if you're looking for some good movies. I'll be back with some more heat. Make sure y'all subscribe. I'm about to get something to eat. Holla.